Me and my doubles partner, Isis Jackson, were in a tough match.
They were losing the match in doubles.
We were at our CCA championships in cross country last fall.
I just said to myself that I was going to win.
And our girls took off, and I said, wow, I think they took off a little too fast.
Oh my gosh, do you see what Carla's doing? What is she doing?
We went out way too fast. There's no way Carla's gonna be able to hold on.
I think every gray hair I have on my head is attributed to that match there.
So we were down 2-4, and we just started fighting back.
Carla ran by me and Coach Corrales, and I saw the look in her face, and the look in her face was one of pain, like I'm in pain.
I feel like I have a bear on top of me.
Something just clicked. Hey, we can win this match.
My heart was going boom, boom.
I run more than her. I'm fitter than her, so I'm gonna win this match.
They came back from 2 points to 5 to win the tiebreaker and the match.
I was just jumping up and down.
High fives flying around.
When I got by there, Carla hadn't won the race. She had won the race by a few seconds and hung on, and she said to me, Coach, that hurt, like, that just hurt.
Coach came up to me and she's like, you got All-American.
And then to see, hey, all 5 of our girls got in the top 10, that was an amazing thing. That just doesn't happen. And
so happy, you know, I kind of cried. I was like, oh my gosh, like the hard work paid off.
All the time and energy we put into this was worth it.
I was exhausted after the match.
Princess came to us from a high school tennis program that wasn't very well developed.
I let a lot of people's negative words affect me.
They kind of bruised her ego a lot because they were just too negative on her. I mean, she took it personally.
Tina came to one of my matches. I was kind of nervous, like, oh, I was being recruited, and she tried to hide a little bit so I wouldn't, get nervous.
You know, it was pretty impressive. You have a young woman that's 6 feet tall with this incredible wingspan just flying all over the court. She takes 2 steps and she's already at the net with her long stride. And I'm always jealous because I'm shorter.
Carla in high school never ran track and field.
I don't think she had very good grades. A lot of her friends were in gangs.
I was a troublemaker and I went to boot camp when I was like 13.
I hired my assistant coach, Gretchen Corrales, and she said, Coach, I've got this great girl who I coached at the community college. And I said, what are her marks? And she said, oh, her marks aren't that great. It was her first year running, but she's really gonna develop.
I had no idea that I was gonna go to college. I didn't think I could because of my grades.
Trusting my coaches, I said, okay, let's bring her in.
Even though Cal State LA is like one of the lower costing colleges, it's still out of reach for a lot of people.
Minimum wage after a week's work, that's not going to fill up your gas tank, let alone buy your books.
It was hard when I wasn't getting any help. I did work as a Greek theater concession.
I don't think I would have come here. I don't know how I would have paid for college.
There was no way I could keep up with my running in my school.
The Billie Jean King event is about supporting the student athletes at Cal State LA.
Thus far, the Billie Jean King event in its first 10 years has raised almost $2 million for the support of student athlete scholarships at Cal State LA.
Raises scholarships for each and every athletic program at Cal State LA.
That scholarship with the name Billie Jean King attached to it means a lot.
I never thought I would meet Billie Jean King. I always idolized her, but I never thought I'd have the opportunity to meet her, let alone get a scholarship from her.
It's a great help that I got a scholarship because I don't have to work. I can focus on my running.
If I didn't have a scholarship, I wouldn't know if I could continue.
I started dreaming big.
Carla is the first person in her family to be going for her degree.
I started seeing a future. I started believing that I was gonna go somewhere.
Get into broadcast journalism, something like the next Barbara Walters.
I wanna go to the USA Olympic teams and I wanna get my PhD and be a physical therapist.
It's really amazing how students respond to receiving scholarships.
I started to realize, hey, I'm a great player and I can do great things.
They just realize, wow, now everybody's looking at me. I have to do things. I have to perform well.
I don't want to disappoint anyone. It's gonna make me work harder.
Kind of like validating the fact that, I can be a great tennis player and I am a great tennis player and people believe in my future.
I've seen Princess grow you know, from a freshman to where she is now. And
she's always on the dean's list. She's always on the top of the list when we post our student athlete successes.
She's any coach's dream of she always listens, and you know, she always wants to do better and to win.
I've got to say, Carla's developed more than I ever thought she would.
Constantly on the dean's list. She's always getting awards. I think this year she also got the Golden Eagle Award for Excellence.
3.8 student in the classroom. She became conference champion. She became an All-American in cross country.
Carla's a role model, you know, and she's just not a role model for her siblings. She's a role model for young Hispanic women.
Coach Gretchen, she's like a mom to me.
From the moment probably that she came out to run, I believed in her because I saw how hard she worked.
She's been an inspiration to me, and just meeting her impacted my life.
It's really emotional for me because, yeah, no one believes in them. And what I do is I believe in them, you know, because I believe anybody can be anything they want to be.
Well, without her, I wouldn't be the runner I am now, or the person. I wouldn't be who I am now.
Tina is definitely like a second mom to us. When we go on road trips and stuff, she makes sure we spend our per diem food money on food and not clothes.
She's really grown up, and I'm really proud of her.
There are 13 classes that stand between me and rocking the stage, so I'm going to knock those classes out.
She's going to come into my office and tell me, Coach, I'm graduating, and I know she has a little weakness. She likes to shop.
It's hard to believe that I'm close, you know?
When she leaves here, whatever she chooses to go into, she will be very, very successful.
Oh, I have absolute confidence because she's already made it.
A whole new door is opening for me.
My next step will be grad school in the fall of 2009.
I have every confidence she's going to do well.
I actually had the privilege to talk to Billie Jean King, and I remember that she said, don't settle for crumbs and always think of winning.
I'm just so honored to have a scholarship from Billie Jean King.